In a foreign affairs commentator, Douglas Herbert. Doug, good to see you. We have effectively phase one of the deal completed. We saw the hostage release yesterday, as well as the Palestinian detainees. What comes next now?
Yeah. Well, if you're Donald Trump, and these were his own words, what comes next is lots of cash, unlimited cash. Those were his words yesterday at this summit in Sharm el-Sheikh, and he said them while pointing at one official from the United Arab Emirates. And what he meant by lots of cash, unlimited cash, is his vision of rebuilding Gaza, if you would, in his own image, in a sense. He sees it, and not because I'm saying he sees it this way, because he himself posted a video showing his vision of a reconstructed Gaza full of hotels and entertainment centers and a shining city, if you will, on the Mediterranean, fit for all Gazans, presumably, because the plans to sort of deport them all somewhere else, to expel them from Gaza, no longer seem to be explicitly on the table. There is at least some hint of wanting to build some sort of future for them. That said, Donald Trump, what comes next is we don't know, in a nutshell, because Donald Trump yesterday, and while, yes, it was a day of absolute joy and celebration, and yes, it was a momentous landmark watershed event to finally see those hostages released, to see the swap with the Palestinian prisoners. Those images yesterday were historic moments, more than just symbolic, historic moments. But that said, when you say what comes next right now, Donald Trump never once really mentioned the future for the Palestinians, the future, their future. He never really talked about what comes next in terms of what phase two is really supposed to be about, which is security measures and demilitarization, namely getting Hamas to lay down its guns. I know we keep repeating these points again and again, but the reason they bear reiteration and repeating is because these are not minor details. These are things which need to be sort of etched in stone because they're extremely difficult, more than simply stumbling blocks. Whether or not Hamas lays down its arms, lays down its weapons, whether or not the Israeli troops don't just withdraw to a preliminary sort of withdrawal line within Gaza, but actually withdraw from Gaza itself, whether these things fall into place, whether we have a future governance of Gaza, whether or not we're able to set up the so-called international stabilization force, which would presumably involve, according to the 20-point plan, U.S., Arab and European, forces in some way on the ground, but not U.S. troops in Gaza in any way. Whether that all comes together are giant questions. And you can think back to Oslo, the Oslo Accords years ago. It seems like ancient history now, right? It was only 32 years ago, the 93 Oslo Accords. They were a giant watershed moment, but one significant thing very much resembles this. The Oslo Accords deliberately, intentionally punted the big